What is up, guys? Monster Gym Fanatic here. It's been a while since I've just picked up the camera in my room and have filmed something, but there's a video that I've been wanting to film for a while now. I've been so busy, guys. Like, even if you see my hands in this video, I've been working on my car, tearing the whole engine apart this past week. You know, I've just had a million and one things going on, but there's something that I've been wanting to do for the last couple weeks, and that is this thing. And you can just tell that I have just had no time to clean. You can tell I try to keep very tidy. I've always kept tidy. In my videos, you've always been able to tell, as long as you've been watching the channel, I assure you guys. But today it's not looking too tidy. I've thrown so much stuff up here. I got a random King Crunch 124 scale, brand new in the box, that I have not found a place for, because where am I really gonna put it? All of those are hanging on top of each other by a thread, and that goes all the way up there with 124s. A beautiful collection, in my opinion, especially some cool ones down there like the Avenger, Primeval, Gravedigger TMNT, Red Mexty. I also have a Gravedigger one from 2004 in the other room that I also have not made room for, because that is the 25th Gravedigger. I have a normal one, but I have that. I have a thing to tune cars and stuff. I got this that I have never made room for, the Dirt Squad exclusive El Toro Loco, so there is also that. And then this is another truck that I got in a collection that I just have never opened. I've literally covered it in a video. All I have to do is open it and put it in a spot, but there's literally no spots down there. My Hot Wheels Monster Truck section is a catastrophe. If you can't tell, this so overrun. I have no room. I'm still trying to wait it out. That's also why I haven't been cleaning, because I'm not going to try to make room hours on end to make, you know, room for these trucks, because I'm about to move locations. My collection will be somewhere else. I don't even know what's in there. I think I got some Hot Wheels and stuff for a buddy. But then that leaves with these three trucks, and I've already kind of experimented with the Prospector, but we have these guys here, and I'll show you what they look like in the box. All three of these are different. There's three, as you can tell. There's one back there, one here, and then the loose one. These are the Monster Truck Challenge Diecast series trucks that I got at a county fair that their tour came to about a month or so ago. I got all three of the trucks that they had to offer. They're only $10, and I haven't done anything with them yet. I was actually gonna possibly keep them in package, but I left them in my trunk in my muscle car, and I had a big box back there. It's a torque converter, a brand new one, and it was still in the box. And when I was driving, it was, you know, smashing the trucks all around. So that one came out of the box completely, so that's why that one's loose. I didn't open it myself. And I think this one also has bent wheels, just because that's how hard the box was hitting the trucks. You can also tell it's like literally got dents on the tires and stuff. And honestly, with how crappy and cheap this feels, I feel like that's just how it comes from the factory, guys, because this thing is super cheap. This is even worse than the Monster Masher chassis, if you're familiar with those. I don't know exactly who makes these. They're actually, like, I thought they were friction power. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not wind-ups. Literally, they're probably just nothing, but I think there's a motor in there. Okay, yeah, it is friction power. As you can see, it is friction power. You can also tell that the back wheel is indeed wobbly. I was not lying about that. So we got one out of the box, and then we also have two in the box. So as you can tell, it kind of chewed up these boxes as well. The car part box I had, smashing these, even these two got impacted. And then you can tell, look at that, the top completely chewed up, creased up. Very unfortunate, but the trucks are all fine, thankfully. At least the bodies are. The bodies are die-cast metal, which is what we like. It's just the tires and the chassis. It's just all plastic and super cheap, making it feel like it's like a piece of junk. So the bodies are cool. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the Monster Mashers. I have a few Monster Masher customs in here. I have the Miss Overboard. If it'll actually focus, look at that thing. I love that truck. Just got done with one back here. There's a Twisted Addiction back there, Tim Jones's original piece. I believe I have a Buckshot and a Crazy Train right there. Those are both Monster Mashers. And again, these are not Monster Mashers, but I do compare them to Monster Mashers because they're just super cheap, other than the die-cast metal body. So what we're gonna do is get these out of the box. So obviously, we're gonna have to sacrifice some trucks. I don't have any duplicates. I wasn't able to make it to the store to find a good chassis to swap these trucks onto. So we're gonna have to literally pick something that I think could be common, that I could find in stores, out of the collection, and we're gonna put it onto the trucks. And honestly, I'm thinking about doing Megalodon, and honestly, I haven't even thought about it at all. We're just coming up with this on the fly. I believe this chassis here with the painted headers, the blue wheels, this is the Championship Series Megalodon. I think that would look really good on this guy here. I think a little white would look good too, but you know, we have the silver headers and the gray base. That looks good enough. Honestly, I don't really want to use a stabilizer. It took me a long time to find a Championship stabilizer after I used it for the original one I had for the Twisted Addiction body swap. But honestly, there's not really any other option for red chassis unless I do want to use something different. I don't know. I have an Excalibur down there. We could use that, but it wouldn't really be accurate at all to the Prospector, the Awesome Kong, which This is a pretty cool one. By the way, there's Awesome Kong. And we have a Top Dog right there. That truck's in MTD. It's a pretty cool one. And then you guys saw the Prospector. I didn't mention that name at the beginning. It's not even wanting to focus, but yeah. Prospector would be pretty simple. I may just use the Zombie for Prospector. It's a simple gray base, gray wheel header. It could work with any truck. Honestly, it could work with Awesome Kong, but I do want to find something red. But again, I do not want to use a stabilizer. So let me see what I got real quick, guys. Since the Championship Series trucks just seems to be a series that's just so easy to find, honestly, it's at every Target. I may just go and use stabilizer. Worst comes to worst, I can always use an Excalibur or an Uncle Sam Jester chassis because they're both red. You know, they both have red wheels that would match Awesome Kong. And, you know, I could always go back after the video and body swap the Awesome Kong onto one of those if I can't find another stabilizer. So these are the 3 trucks of choice, all from the Championship Series: Zombie, Megalodon, Stabilizer, guys. Let's get these open and then let's see if we can get these guys unscrewed here. So as you can tell, I've done this before. The screwdriver is all messed up. Sometimes it'll give me a little bit of a trouble when I'm trying to unscrew it. It should go pretty smoothly. I may do it off camera real quick and see if we can get these bodies off here real quick. Now, if you can't tell with how difficult I'm doing all this, I'm not a customizer, guys. Now some of you guys seeing this doing customs, you're like, this is nothing. It's literally just a body swap, guys. I have no experience with doing customs. I've done a few of these body swaps for the Monster Masters like I've showed you guys, but yes, we got all 3 of them undone. The Zombie one took a little bit of, you know, frustration to get off, but we got them all. There's the bodies right there. All the bodies are right there. I fixed the brightness real quick, guys, and then we can see that I have it all matched up. We got the Prospector right here and then the other 2. So let's get these out of the box real quick and we're gonna try to get these on. All right, we're gonna take a look at the Top Dog real quick. Let's get it out. Man, even the plastic feels like cheap, guys. I could literally break that. It's so thin. It's so much thinner. I don't know what that's for, but there's a little bit of protectant in there, I guess. So yeah, these are friction power, so they're kind of cool. And I guess Spin Masters will fit on it. We're about to find out, honestly. It's just a screw in there. So hopefully it will. That's why the Prospector's body was off, because a little bit ago I did test out and see if they did unscrew just like Spin Masters, and they do. So they should bolt on just as well as a Spin Master would to its own body. The only thing is, on these, there's a little bit of a hitch back there. That's not bolted in or anything, but it may look a little funny. So if you guys ever go and do this, maybe cut that off, make it look more clean. Who knows, it may get hung up on the Spin Master chassis. I may have to be honest. And then here's the Awesome Kong, my favorite out of the 3. And yeah, these packages are just cooked. The J hook on this guy is so messed up. As you can see, it's just soft corners. Looks like it's ages old. Let's get it out. All right, and then there's the Awesome Kong. I do love the detail on this. That does look really, really good. All right, so again, friction power. Let's get these on, guys. There was a quick little time lapse to show that all the bodies are off, and now we're gonna see if we need to take those little hitches off or not. Start off with the Prospector, work our way up. All right, the screws are already in, ready to go. It does look like I'm probably gonna have to take that off because it's gonna be a little off center and it's not gonna go on right, but man, that looks tough. So I just learned, if you don't have the right tools, if you're just doing this just like me, I have the tools, but it's raining out, it's the middle of the night, I'm not gonna do it. This is the only time I really get to do activities like this, so I'm not gonna go and do that. That will literally bend with your finger or your thumb. Watch, guys, watch how I do it. Literally just like that, and it breaks right off. You're still gonna see a little bit of it like that, but that helps you if you don't care to do it perfect, you know. That'll do. So let's see if this goes on. Yeah, it looks like it'll go right on, and that does look really clean. Let me try to screw this in a little bit here, see if it catches. It should. I don't see why not. All right, hang on. Yeah, I'm still gonna have to do this off camera, guys. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do what I feared I'd have to do. So here are the bolts. So the one on the left are for the Spin Masters, and the one on the right are for these guys here. And they're obviously longer, and for good reason. So when they go up in there, obviously, there's the hole for it. And you can see how long the hole is on like the Monster Jam trucks. I mean, it's a good like inch or so. Look at these guys. That is a nub that they have. That's like half of the length hole. So it doesn't reach, like, for example, for Awesome Kong, the extension thing that the thing rivets into hardly even goes into the hole. So even the black bolt that these guys came with won't even fit. And ignore these guys, they were being my tripod. They won't even fit. So what we're gonna do is just look at it Obviously it's not bolted on, but you guys see the vision. That looks freaking awesome. Literally, no pun intended. That is sick. And what I'm gonna end up having to do is just super glue it, and I feel like it won't be too hard of a process. I've done it a million times. I used to do it a lot when I was younger. It's probably a noob thing to do. A lot of you guys would probably have better suggestions. I could probably find a screw for. And just like that, guys, after I said a screw or find a screw, I got an idea. My dad's very handy, very crafty. He has a lot. So what I went and did was I went and grabbed 2 screws that I thought could be thin enough to fit in there. Well, not 2, I grabbed 3, but I only have 2 because I demonstrated, or I tried practicing on the Prospector, and yeah, it sure did work. Now it's gonna be a little flimsy because it's only held in by that one center bolt, but no, it's held in pretty good, guys. Like, look at that. It's held in good. That's what the bottom looks like. But these screws, they're pretty long. I'm not gonna drive them in too far, or it's gonna come out through the roof, and then the truck's ruined, you know what I mean? So if you wanna do this, guys, conclusion is maybe you don't need screws this long, trust me, but screws this thin would definitely work. This has literally been nothing but trial and error. I just realized Top Dog looks very squatted right now. That's not right. I also realized I generally cannot do this on camera. Now there it is. The stance is a little odd, and that's nothing to do with how I'm putting it on. That's just to do with the stance of the truck, but it does look clean. I mean, and there's decent detail on this. So we'll do the little review part afterwards, but now we got Awesome Kong, and by far, like I said, this thing is my favorite. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to do it on camera right here. It's gonna be kind of hard. So what you gotta do is just get the thread started, because it won't go in all the way. At least this size screw, it needs a little bit of help to go in, and then it'll get easier. So there it goes. It made its own thread inside there. It kind of stretched it all out. So what you do now, once it's, you know, at a length, just put the little extension of the piece on the truck in and start driving it in. It literally will not go far. It's very small, and there it is, guys, for the Awesome Kong. Now I'm not gonna put the window on or anything because there's genuinely no room for it. Honestly, it could probably drive in a little more. I'm gonna tweak things up a little bit. I'll be right back. There's one more thing I want to add. So this was the one that was already busted out of the box due to me having a huge box with a heavy part inside, and it's smushing this truck and opening it out of the box. And with that, it looks like there was a little bit of warping with the body. So I tried my best to get it, like, you know, aligned better, but you can see it's a little warped, you know, like this right side here looks to be raised up more. It just looks like the truck kind of got bent a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. So when you see it on the body, it's not because I put it on funky. It's not because it's just sitting funky because of how I bolted it in. That's just literally because that's just how it happened. I think the box crushed the metal truck slightly, and that's when it opened out of the package itself. And now with that said, with me trying my best, here they are, guys, the finished product. Again, I don't have the windshields on. That's just going to be too hard to put on. It's the same with the Monster Mashers. These windshields are in by like these little holes. So the original chassis have these holes in the front right there that the windshield goes in, and obviously there's nothing like that, so you'd have to cut those holes off, and then you generally would have to super glue these on, and sometimes it does look sloppy. It's hard to hide the super glue on the inside. It's very rare whenever you actually make it look good. It's always going to be kind of lopsided a little bit, so I'm not going to do that. It honestly looks clean still without the windshield, so I'm not going to worry about it. But there it is. All of them look like they have like a little slight squat, like they're squatting in the back, and that is because I broke these off, and I know I did it on purpose, and I still recommend taking this part off right here, because if you don't take that part off right there, it won't sit right at all. I would try to leave this little extension right here so there's something to sit on that like back wheelie roll bar right there. If it sits there high enough, it'll keep itself raised on its own, but otherwise that looks good. There's this Prospector. This one honestly probably came out the best. It's not lopsided, it's not warped at all. I like the details. There's Roxy on the front, and then there's the side with the little, I guess it's a little Yorkie again, but this one's pretty sturdy. Obviously it's not going anywhere, and I think the accents look good. But as far as it looks stance wise, I think this one looks the best. I think this one isn't warped at all. These next two are not warped. The Prospector was because it got busted out of the box, but honestly this one's probably my overall favorite, just because I love Awesome Kong. It's an old truck, and I had no Awesome Kong diecast. As you can see, there's a little bit of warpage, right? Not warpage, but there you go. Not warpage, there you go. So it's gonna wobble a little bit because there's no other, you know, bolt holding it down in the back. There's nothing to stabilize the back. It's really just held in by the center, so it'll be a little wobbly like that. but it only will be if you force it. Once you put it into the position you want, as long as you don't like roughhouse it, you know, don't play with it heavy, it's not gonna do much. But if you guys do want these trucks, I'll put a link to them in the description. But yeah, this awesome Kong, man, this thing looks good. I'm so glad I used the stabilizer body. So we have the painted header right there, that looks good. And then there's the back, it says awesome Kong right there, if it'll focus. Man, that is ugly looking. There we go. I don't know what happened with the lighting there, but yeah, red wheels, man, that thing pops. I love the design on this truck. So if you want them, they're not that expensive. I think they're $10-15 online. That's not bad at all. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, comment, and of course subscribe for more videos like this. This was an actual project, guys, but it was a fun project to do. Final product right here, guys. It looks super good, guys. So please give this video a like, especially if you want more project videos like this. I'll definitely do them more. I'll invest in more trucks that we can body swap and make look cool and custom like this. So thanks for watching once again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.